All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2016 Vintage Open. We're bringing you coverage of this year's tournament. Super excited to be here with you. My name is Justin Myrick, and I'm joined by a long-term gallery participant, my good friend Mr. Mike Cloud. Mike, how you doing?
Justin, great to be here. Another great Vintage Open this year.
Absolutely, had a great first round. In fact, as you're going to see here, we had a five-way tie for first place. And so we did a random draw for the top four to see who would be on the lead card. So it's going to be Eads, Gross, Renner, and Jones. And we're going to see Chris Eads off the tee first. Big shout out to TR Recording and Thomas Richardson for providing coverage of this year's event. It's kind of a nice little addition we were able to bring to the table this year, and we look forward. He told me that he's going to get a little better for next year as well, so our shots are going to get better as we go on. Jeff Renner off the tee now. Mike, we ended up with a nice little gallery this year. What do you think about that gallery?
Great gallery, Justin, and you could really sense going into this final round. I believe this is our 6th annual, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
With the five-way tie this year going into the final round, you could really sense these guys wanted to get a good start.
You know, Mike, we had the new pin placements out at Old Post, which is where our first round was, and you know, you could definitely tell it made the course more challenging, took away some of those maybe gimme birdies, and usually you see scores in the sub 50s, but again, top 5 pros tied at 53. So again, I think that proves that Old Post has become a much more challenging course.
You're exactly right, Justin. Degree of difficulty definitely raised this year.
Kevin Jones taking the local route over the water, and you see his frisbee come right in there in the corner. He makes the shot.
This was my first time to watch Jones, and seeing that young college kid from Greenwood, Arkansas. What a drive off the first tee.
Jeff with a nice upshot. Kevin just off the basket.
Really unfortunate there, Justin. I really feel like that would have been a huge birdie for him right off the bat.
Yeah, you take a 2 on this hole and you're definitely going to separate yourself from the field. Boy, Chris Eads with a tough start, chaining out, going to take a bogey. Renner with par. And James and Kevin, both pars as well. Moving on to hole 2 now, which is where our basket is hidden into the woods. Somewhat of a blind shot. It's also tucked in on a nice little hill in there. Really looking to make that gap and get down in there and having a shot at birdie.
What a drive there for Renner. Justin, how do you think Eads is feeling here at the second tee, a stroke back?
Well, it's tough. Probably not good after he went into the trees right there. You know, you just had a rough start. Man, this course, again, I think that's what I love about our courses here. They're challenging for the best disc golfers in the world. Eads is certainly up there, and we love him coming down. And but he, you know, just like all of us, it can certainly prove to be a challenging course. A tough start for him.
This second hole, definitely not easy to get up and down, but that shot right there by Renner was unbelievable.
That was James, an incredible birdie. Tell you what, James really gets going on this front 9.
Really difficult shot here for Eads.
Missed just a tough uphill putt. Kevin Jones for par. And again, you're going to see the entire card bogey, except for James. He had that long birdie putt. And boy, I'll tell you what, that gave him a good jump to start the cards. So, once again, Pleasant View dishing out the bogeys as it can do so easily.
Definitely not easy for these guys in the early going here at Pleasant View.
And they're going to walk on down the hill, coming up to hole 3. You can see them starting to play along the water up there. You got a route out here in the field that you can take, and James decides to take that route. There's also a tunnel shot right down the middle as well.
How do you feel here if you're James and you're at a 2-stroke lead, 3 strokes ahead of Eads just after 2 holes, Justin?
Yeah, you got to feel good. No doubt about it. Kevin just going right at it. It's a tight gap. He gets a pretty good ways down the fairway, but ends up hitting one of those trees. And Eads just takes a beautiful hyzer route from a left armor. Gets up there, is going to have a shot at birdie.
He needed a strong drive right there, and he got it right when he needed it.
Boy, Kevin just about hits that birdie putt.
Difficult for the viewer possibly to see that, but it basically just went right in and out.
James with a good up from up there in the field. And Jeff matches it as well. Kevin takes his par. And this is Eads for birdie. Tell you what, Mike, that is an impressive drive. If you're inside of the trees on this drive, incredible shot.
Really incredible. And after those first 2 holes, to get a birdie here at 3, really strong for Eads there at hole 3.
And that's what we got to love about the greatest players. They bounce back. They bogey just like everybody else, but they bounce back with some great play as he does throughout the front 9 here at Pleasant View.
And at this point, James still has a 2-stroke lead. And
Eads has earned the tee box with that birdie. Moving on to hole 4. Tight little window. Basket sits about 280 feet out there.
for the viewer that's watching, Justin, that's never played Pleasant View, these first few holes are very difficult on the front 9 going through the woods and the trees.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, Eads kind of stole him a birdie there. Hits to his advantage being a lefty. Hole 3 doesn't give up a whole lot of them. The next few holes, you've certainly got some opportunities, but yeah, holes 1 and 2 start out. Those are 2 of the more challenging holes of the course. Minus 11 and 12 on the back 9. Boy, again, and Jeff just about got him a nice little birdie right there.
How many of these have we seen already, Justin? Guys just missing birdies, just going in and out.
It really has. There's another one, Mike.
There's 2 in a row.
It's just tough, man. It's the way the frisbee falls sometimes. But boy, I know those players enjoy them when they sink in.
It's a tough shot above the hole here, Justin.
Yeah, he's going to give it a little run, and that's what you got to love about him. He's going for it and clips the top of the basket there. He'll have to earn his par.
And just like that one, that goes off the top of the basket as well. Really impressed with how these guys kept their composure here in the early going.
Hits a nice save par on that one. Eads to save par as well. And he got it. Kevin as well.
As we go to 5, James still has that 2-stroke lead.
Going to 5, which is the only Mando of the course. If you've played the Pleasant View, you know it all too well. But there's a Mando here just to the right of that T sign. You got to make the gap, and then you got to get that frisbee to cut hard left as the basket sits up in the woods about 250 feet in. There's a good shot at the Mando sign right there.
I want the viewer to know, too, the weather. You can see the wind, the leaves blowing in the wind. There was a steady breeze, 5 to 10, even gusting to 15 miles an hour at different times throughout the day.
It sure was, Mike. We also had some mist. We never got completely rained on, which we're really thankful for, but certainly it did add a little bit of a challenge to the players in both round 1 and round 2 at various parts in the course where they had to deal with just throwing wet frisbees.
Hole number 5 here, just very, very difficult to get it through there without hitting any trees.
It's Kevin's second shot right here. Boy, you really got to have a great up shot from here as you're working your way through some trees, and let's see what Kevin can do.
And you can see the difficulty he's facing here and trying to decide what to go with and how he's going to get that shot to where it needs to go.
Really just a great out. Going to give himself a chance at about a 20-25 foot par
Incredible
putt.
shot there by Jones.
He needs a little birdie run right there. Doesn't look too happy with how it turned out, but a great drive.
He wanted that one there.
James is up there about 15 feet. And here's Jeff Renner for birdie.
Amazing job by Renner there at 5.
Just impressive to get his drive to that point. And Eads with a great par save right there.
How important was that for Eads to hit that par there and avoid going 3 back again?
Especially after taking the 2 bogeys to start, we bounced back right back with a birdie and had 2 great par saves there. And on the hole number 6.
Really impressed with Renner coming off the tee there, doing a very good job with the drive.
Eads with a tough break. It's hard to see from our angle, Mike, but I tell you what, that is you've basically got 2 windows with some trees right in the middle. It's a tight gap either way you choose it, and Eads with just an unfortunate break off the tree there.
It's really a matter of inches, wouldn't you say, Justin?
Absolutely. And James with an incredible drive up there. He's going to have a shot at birdie.
Really difficult spot there again for Kevin, much like Eads.
Yeah, and this is where you're just trying to figure out where's my widest gap that I can take towards the basket.
You really see how these first few holes on the front 9 really test the disc golfer here at Pleasant View. I think Eads knows he really needs a good shot here to stay in contention for the tournament.
And he just nails it, Mike. What a great upshot to save par on this hole.
With him behind in the tournament right now, to hit that shot, very, very critical.
Kevin with a tough break there on his up.
And he comes back with a great shot right there. Really impressed with this young man from Greenwood.
Jeff setting up. He'll just want to get up and get out of there with his par.
You see how that course really challenges you, Justin, to have to go to a knee there at certain times. Try to find the right shot.
James for birdie here. Uphill and out of the woods. Looking about a 45-footer. Got it.
Unbelievable shot.
And he just continues his incredible play on the front nine. Moving on to hole 7 here. Another one through the woods, down to the right about 270 feet.
Boy, James is just on a roll right now, wouldn't you say, Justin?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be feeling good. He pars 1 and gets the birdie on 2, which is almost like a steal on this course. And birdie 6 as well.
At this point, if he's able to finish strong, he could easily have a 3-shot lead after the end of the front 9.
Absolutely.
And again, as the viewer sees here at 7, again, challenging holes going through the woods here.
Tight windows, tight gaps. You can hit them, but if you miss them, you just pay for it, and you're going to have to earn your par when you miss them. So Eads and Renner here just looking to give it a run.
Well, he had an opening there and just missed it.
Going to have a tap-in par there. Now we see James for birdie.
Again, a tight window here. Just missed it.
Kevin Jones for birdie. Just chained out. Man, those are tough.
Again, not the first time for Kevin. Just really missed. I would say easily, Justin, a couple of strokes. In and out.
One, it just shows you, Mike, it so easily your round can go one way or the other. Just a handful of putts. Each of these guys have seen them bounce out, and we just hate to see it. But you just keep fighting through and keep pressing. That's what these guys do, and we're going to see some great shots in the coming holes. Moving on to hole 8, another short one. This is a great shot of the hole. You can see the basket up there to your right. You can go directly at it, or there's a tight hyzer gap to the right. James is going to be up there about 25 to 30 feet, just outside of the basket. Jeff Renner taking the conventional just straight at it. Well, I tell you what, it pays to be able to throw a frisbee straight.
Well, the accuracy right there, Jeff, he just really went right at it.
Heats is going to give this thing a little ace run. He almost looks disappointed. The way it was turning in there, it looked like it might have sought the basket out on that one.
And I think everybody in the gallery felt the same way. We thought it was in.
Yeah, we were up on the hill to the left watching. And it sure looked close. Kevin gets a tough break off the trees there. Again, you just see the penalty if you don't hit the gaps in here at Pleasant View. But just about nails his birdie there. Off the cage again.
He thought it was going in, and it would have been an excellent shot.
James nails his birdie there. Continuing his birdie run here on the front nine. Eads is going to try to match it with a birdie of his own.
James is just on fire on this front nine.
Great shot by Eads.
You can tell Eads is disappointed. He really felt like he had the ace there. Thought he was going to gain at least a stroke or two.
Moving on to hole 9. A few holes left here in the woods, and this is one of them. Going to be a downhill shot, about 250 feet. James with a tough break off the trees there.
Describe for the viewer the options here, Justin, as you're coming off the tee at 9.
It's hard to see, Mike, but really, you're only got one. It's just dead at it. We've seen hyzers through there, but I tell you what, if you're doing that, you're just lucking out. You really want to hit that gap straight down the pipe, straight down the middle, and just slide that frisbee right up to the basket, which you're going to, Kevin, I believe, you're going to see here and see. We don't see it, but this drive right here by Kevin is just money. It's exactly what we were describing, and he just slides about 4 feet under the basket.
Excellent shot, especially with the challenges he's faced and the near misses. He really came up big right there.
Good look at the gallery here. We appreciate everyone coming out and watching, and we hope we increase our gallery for years to come. It's a great way to grow the sport, exposing new people to disc golf, and of course people who love the sport and play it themselves. And James with just an incredible upshot out of the woods to get up there and save par. And Eads for birdie.
This is a key shot for Eads right here in the tournament.
Well, just catches the cage there. Boy, I know he would love to have seen that one drop. Jeff, his attempt for birdie, just short. And Kevin's going to walk up and get his tap-in birdie, and that's going to be it for the front nine. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you tune in and watch our back nine coverage of the Vintage Open 2016.
Yes, sir, Justin. Excellent front nine.